Man, if I'd only retracted all those before. And the thing is, I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have learned anything.
I wouldn't have learned anything. I wonder how expensive of a mistake that was. That's the thing. It's I don't know.
Well, the more expensive, the better you learn.
I suppose that's true. Oh no. Hi, this is Brian from Military Mobility. Today we have our 2020 Ford F-450 King Ranch along with our Host Mammoth Truck Camper. We're out in Moab, Utah, more specifically on Onion Creek. Come along with us. It's going to be a beautiful day and some great scenery as we stretch the legs on this and see how she does on the trail. Our intent, we want to see how the truck camper handles off-road. Now this trail isn't terribly aggressive and that's why we chose it. But there are some off-camber situations, a couple small water crossings, and you know, conditions are always changing up here, so we'll see what we get. And it's handling really well down the steeper grades going down. So now we have plus, with all the gear in it, probably plus 5,000 pounds sitting in the bed. And we've outfitted the Ford with airlift 7,500 pounds, I think they call it the 7,500 XL air springs. And we also got torque loads, lower stable loads. And we'll show you those later on as well. So right now I have the torque loads engaged, and I have the airlift set to 35 pounds. And we also installed a ARB dual compressor, so we could run air tools and use this as our base station for airing up and airing down vehicle tires. I'm just coming through. I'm just in drive, and we're in 4 high. Substrate looks solid. So as I was saying, we have the air springs set up to 35 pounds. Now, the new model of airlift air springs, at least these 7,500 XLs, they're designed to operate off very, very low PSI. I think previous models or other brands were higher, where you'd want to go up 100, 150 PSI. Now these you should be able to take up to 100, and that would be completely maxed out. For some reason, when we're using the settings, and we got the opted for their Bluetooth wireless device, it's capping us out at 35 pounds, which we're riding pretty level with that. I might like to see just a couple more, maybe around 45 or 50, and see where that would put us. I have to take a look at the settings for the output. So we have it hooked up here to our #1 position on the upfitter switches on the Ford, which was a pretty easy install. Okay, so I believe what happened is, because of this grade, we still have our torque lift 36-inch Cannon hitch extender on there, because we commonly tow our enclosed trailer behind it. We're going to show this in the walk around, but this might be a great opportunity. We just heard some scraping, if you guys didn't hear it. Because of this grade right from the river crossing, I'm thinking that we're dragging that, so let's take a look. Yep, pretty much. We're so our stanchion's hitting as well. Okay, so this is what's hitting. I think our hitch did hit a little bit, but we're hitting here now. We can retract these a little bit more, and that's what we're going to do right now. The reason we had them down lower, and this is a 2000. Oh, dude, we just cracked that. Got some damage right on there. And the reason we kept this lower was because they were kind of locking out and getting locked to where it wouldn't lower when we wanted them to lower. So, okay, so we just made a pretty costly mistake on the back right. We didn't have the jacks up all the way, because when we used the automated jack button, it started kind of stripping. So we kept it about 3 or 4 inches down, which ended up being an issue. We didn't even have a camera set up beforehand on that section because it looked like nothing, absolutely nothing. Little creek, it was the rise right after it that just not used to this large overhang in the rear. I mean, we know it's there, but didn't know to that extent. So we're gonna be super duper careful with these other crossings, every single one. And here's one right here. How we looking?
You're looking good.
Still good?
Yeah, you got about 1.5 feet.
All right. So we're going back here on Onion Creek because we're going to use this spot. We've used it historically for our courses, and we want to use it again with Truck Camper. So that's why we're scouting it out here today. Tons of water crossings down here. Really pretty, really cool. We're taking our time, going slow, so we don't do any further damage. I'm trying to look to the back rear, see how she's doing.
You're real close.
How's the other side?
Other side's fine.
All right.
I think you're good.
This approach, this angle's looking good, this line?
Yeah.
All right.
Now you're clear to the rear.
F-450, do you magic. Being on this trail here today, it feels like absolutely nothing, and we're still cautious. We just had no idea that angle with that overhang. We've taken the camper at times with the trailer, the enclosed trailer, and that Cannon hitch extension. Just where we have our storage units, there's some undulations. It would scrape every once in a while there, and we just go very slow, just like we did. And that same type of disc would drag a little bit, but so much so that this one had so much weight on it that it lifted it up and was able to crack that fiberglass shell. We're getting our river crossings on today, huh? This one looks flat. Let's go real slow. Now I'm gonna stay to the left up here.
Oh.
Came pretty close, yeah?
Yeah, it was like 3-4 inches.
Woo! So they have a version, I think it's called the Everest. The rear is shorter, which would give you a lot better, departure angle. That's steep.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna be very careful. Okay, so we're coming up on the same type of situation, maybe even steeper than we just hit, where initially it looks like nothing but knowing this overhang. What if I took it at an angle a bit, like came from the left?
Oh yeah.
Instead of just going straight, because if I go straight, it's gonna leverage me.
Yeah, because you got this little hump right here.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna think about doing is going on the left and coming to make it a flatter, right? All right, how's it looking?
You're great.
Still good?
Still good.
Yeah, I wonder if they have different kinds of jacks. This is doing well now that we maxed it up all the way, which, the previous owner had recommended for me to keep them down. Specifically, keep them down just a couple inches like that, about 3 or 4 inches. He probably, he's not taking it on roads like we're on in these type of conditions. With that notwithstanding, if the jacks could raise up even higher than the position they're in, that would give us a lot more clearance.
Oh yeah. Then it's just the hitch.
Yeah. And that's almost the hitch is like your safety, right? Oh, I think this is part I love, is deep canyon. Oh yeah. So cool. Oh, watch the width of that thing, right? Those outcroppings. How we looking?
You're good. You got 2-3 feet.
Okay. Yeah, how about for this one?
Yeah, still good. I wouldn't cut it anymore in.
The reason we went with the truck camper, this past summer, we had rented a toy hauler, like one of those big ones, right? Because we're thinking about our base camps and needing to cook, and bathrooms or showers, and really a medical center for people if they end up getting dehydrated or heat exhaustion or hypothermia. Trying to get into some of these camping spots, with limited availability of what exact spot you're going to get, was just really tough with the width of the trails and the way the turns went. So it really limited where we can go. The truck camper offered more of a rugged versatility for us, where it could be used in these more austere places that we like to access, and then we still had the ability to pull the enclosed trailer when it permitted to carry all our gear. So cool back here. 5 tons. 5 tons is 10,000 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah, 2,000 pounds a ton.
Or like 15, maybe 16. The truck's like, I think 8,000, and the camper's 5, plus all the stuff. Yeah, I really want to go out to that field, but I don't know how old that thing is, and so I think the truck's around 8. The camper's 46 with stuff. We got easily 1,000 pounds in that thing, so we're, I think, about 3,000 over that limit. So it probably would be fine, but just in case it's not, we're not going to risk it, especially given our luck this morning. So this was the end of our Onion Creek adventure for now. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, it'd probably be fine, but it's not like it's some type of emergent requirement for safety to get somebody somewhere.
It'd make a real good YouTube video, though.
Yeah. $150,000 mistake. Yeah, I had to really kind of fight myself mentally, man, to make the right decision of turning around, because I just, in my mind, I could see the truck up there at those meadows, but you can't fall too in love with your plan. This is a beautiful trail. G-rated tires going off-road. Wonder how these are in April, like right after the snow melt.
Oh yeah, probably raging.
How's it looking?
You're good. You got about 4 inches, but should get better.
I'm stress eating combos.